Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and the New York Jets have acquired a brand new player on the waiver wire that I want to break down in today's video. His name is Nate Herbig, and he's an offensive lineman from the Philadelphia Eagles. This news broke yesterday that Joe Douglas went out there on the waiver wire and claimed him. So I'm making this video this morning. I was busy when that news came out, so I was unable to make that video right away. But of course, I had to make a video this morning to give you guys my thoughts and a breakdown of what Nate could be doing on this Jets offensive line this coming season. So before we hop into the video, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Jets Media, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I got a lot of Jets content coming your way all throughout the rest of the off season, and of course carrying over into the season. And if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at nyjets_media. And if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right into Nate Herbig. So a quick breakdown of his backstory. So he was an undrafted free agent in 2019 with the Philadelphia Eagles. That 2019 draft class was the last one that Joe Douglas was in Philadelphia for. If you guys remember, the New York Jets hired Joe Douglas as the GM right after the 2019 draft. We hired him in May. If you guys remember, Woody Johnson and the Jets, we fired Mike McCagnon right after he does the 2019 NFL draft, and a month later we bring in Joe Douglas. So Joe Douglas brought in Nate Herbig with the Philadelphia Eagles. He scouted him. He was a big reason why he was signed to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, a little backstory of what he did with the Eagles. He started around 16 games out of 33 games there in Philadelphia. He played right guard, but he did experiment at left guard, and he has actually experimented at center. But this is a high-quality player that was an undrafted free agent for the Eagles, and simply the only reason why he was available is because the Philadelphia Eagles just drafted a brand new player on the offensive line, and it's really crowded over there, so they had to cut one of their guys. And Nate Herbig is a player that actually put up pretty good production numbers for the Philadelphia Eagles, especially in the run game. So this could potentially be the backup right guard behind Elijah Vera Tucker. I know that we all are not really comfortable with Greg Van Roten or Dan Feeney as the backup guards, even though Dan Feeney low-key did a pretty good job last year when he filled in for AVT at left guard. I think that was actually against the Eagles last year back in the back end of the season. But what I'm trying to say is, what this tells me is that Joe Douglas continues his mindset of acquiring quality depth, and he gets in a guy who is young. He's 23 years old. He's going to be 24 when the season begins. I think his birthday is in July, and we're just acquiring depth. I think we can all agree that this offensive line on paper looks pretty set when it comes to the starting five, with George Fant and Mekhi Becton as the starting tackles, with AVT and Tomlinson as the starting guards, and Connor McGovern as the starting center. Outside of those five, we're still trying to add depth to the point where if one of those guys has to go down, we feel comfortable of the players replacing them. We go in there in the draft. We draft Max Mitchell out of Louisiana, and that's going to be that swing tackle. He's probably going to sub in at right tackle or left tackle if one of those guys unfortunately does go down with an injury. And Max Mitchell could also potentially be the starting tackle for the long term. He could be grooming under George Fant. We do not know if George Fant will be extended. We have heard some rumblings that they are trying to get an extension done, but we do not know if that will happen. So Max Mitchell could be that developmental piece for the long term, or he's just a long-term swing tackle. You need depth. You need to have a really good swing tackle. Remember last year, that was Morgan Moses. And that's exactly what the New York Jets are trying to do with Max Mitchell. So getting back to Nate Herbig, he's a player that could be that backup role at the guard spot where we go into the season and we have confidence if one of AVT or Tomlinson unfortunately has to go down with an injury. We feel confident with him subbing in. We saw that the New York Jets really prioritized the guard spot because last year they trade for LDT in the middle of the season. I don't think LDT is coming back to the Jets. It seems like that is not the option, especially with the New York Jets acquiring Herbig off the waiver wire. And Jets fans just simply don't feel comfortable with Greg Van Roten. Greg Van Roten was signed. We can actually get out of his contract and save quite a bit of cash. So it makes a lot of sense for the New York Jets to go out there and get Nate Herbig. Now, is this signing going to be like make this offensive line all of a sudden top 5, top 10? No, but what this does is it acquires quality depth. And if you look around this roster, especially on the offensive side of the ball, the depth is real. Wide receiver, we're 5 deep. Tight end, we're 3 deep. Running backs, we have 2 really good duo, as we know, with Breece Hall and Michael Carter, with the veteran Tevin Coleman and Ty Johnson, and even Bam Knight in the undrafted free agent pool that you can throw him in there. We got a lot of depth at running back, even quarterback, we have depth. We have Zach Wilson, and then we have 2 quality backups. We saw what Mike White did last year, and we have Joe Flacco. So this offense is really getting deep on every single position, because we all know as Jets fans, unfortunately, that this Jets team suffers injuries after injuries year after year. So what this tells me is that they're trying to make sure that they get depth by any means necessary, and I'm excited that we got this player who has a quality, some games under his belt as a really young player that's only going to get better and better in the system, and Joe Douglas is very familiar with him. So I actually love this move from the New York Jets. Let me know your thoughts about this move from the New York Jets down below in the comment section, and if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to thumbs it up. I'll catch you guys in my next video, and let's go Jets. Peace.